Hello and welcome to Mistress Winter's Court and Tabletop Tuesdays. This is the premiere episode. This is going to be an every other week show where we will be trying out new games with new people and trying out new stories just for the fun of it. I am your game mistress Winter. You can find me at gmistresswinter on Twitter and Instagram. And I think I will turn it over to introduce our team for today. We are playing Monsterhearts 2, so I'm very excited. So please, if you will, introduce yourselves, pronouns included, as well as the character that you will be playing for this session and the next session in 2 weeks. Let me make sure that you can be heard, but go ahead. Whoever wants to go.
Hi, I'm Juicy Garland, Boston area drag queen and super nerd. Usually I will go by she in a wig, he, they, out of a wig, just he today because I'm playing Crazy Thoughts, a boy. You can find me on Twitter at Juicy Garland, one word, and on Instagram at juicy.garland.
Wunderbar. And I forgot to get my own she, her. So, and it's always nice to break out of the mold once in a while, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Though I will never, ever play a male shepherd in Mass Effect. Like, femshep all the way. Can't do it. But thank you, Juicy. All right, who's next?
I can go.
I will call on people. Go ahead, Abby.
I was getting there. Just give me a second. Hi everyone. I'm Abby Marie Carter. You can just call me Abby. My pronouns are she, her. I am a kind of a regular on Mistress Winter's Court because I'm also on the Facet. I am going to be playing Angelina Beckett the Hollow, and her pronouns are she, they. Very excited for this.
Absolutely, I am too. All right, thank you so much. And let's go with Emma, since you're the most experienced there.
Alrighty. Hi everyone, my name is Emma. I am a amateur voice actor and TTRPG content creator. I created the little podcast network Tabletop Tailspinners. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Tabletop Tailspinners, all one word and lowercase. Today, my pronouns are she, her, but today, my character's pronouns will be he, him, as I am playing Marshall Henderson, the werewolf. Super excited. I've played Monsterhearts before, but I'm really excited to dive into a new skin and have some fun today.
Yes, absolutely. And last but absolutely not least, one of our loyal watchers, and we are excited to welcome him into the playing realm, Stouffer.
My name's Christopher. I just go by Stouffer most times. I am just a big TTRPG nerd. I don't have socials or anything exciting other than that. I just like to play, and I'm excited to try out a new system. This is the first time Monsterhearts for me. So I am playing Sam Cedar, who is the Infernal.
Yes, fantastic. So Monsterhearts 2, if you're not familiar with it, to our dear watchers, Monsterhearts 2 is often a story about teenagers who are also monsters. So not only do they have to deal with the awkwardness that comes with a changing body, changing emotions and hormones and everything that comes with it, but they also have to deal with the fact that they are monsters. They are vampires, werewolves, infernals, and hollows. There we go. I was like, I missed one there somewhere. Yeah. So we have already done some, we've already laid down some of the groundwork. We have crafted our town, which is Roanoak, Nevada. It is a very desert-esque town, isolated away from the glitz and glamour of the strip. and sitting in its own little lonely spot out in the middle of nowhere. The town itself is dying in some small ways. So it's kind of a war of attrition against time, as its once exciting attractions begin to decline and rust away into the dust. We have, let me pull up my notes because I'm a prepared GM. Or MC in this particular case. Let's see. We are at Westburg Prep. It is really the only high school in this town, but it has to add, that preparatory part to make it sound lofty and prestigious in its offerings of education to the youth. It is overseen by Principal Hallwell, a member of one of the more prestigious families within Roanoak. Him and his family tend to practice quite a bit of nepotism, and they are at all levels of authority throughout the town. And we zoom in, though, to a classroom, a history classroom, in fact, as students, a small group of students begin to file in to this class after school. This is after the bells have rung, all the other students have gone out and gone home for the most part, except for groups of students who are doing extracurriculars, such as this one. The teacher kind of puts a book away as the first students comes in. The name on the board is Mr. Jim Harper. And he has already arranged the seats in kind of a circle, allowing you to choose where you're going to sit. Who enters first?
Angelina would probably enter first, as she is very excited to be here. She's very excited for this after school activity. She likes planning dances. She likes being involved. So she would probably be like bouncing in pretty much, as everyone else enters the classroom.
Fantastic. Just ahead of you, though, I will say, enters Cassandra Green. She almost like shoves past you to make it in first, because you've got to know your place, darling. And she will stride very confidently and as gracefully as one in our stature can be, to one of the seats up at the front, and sits down, the whole crossed wrists and crossed ankles, and she just motions to the chair next to her.
I will scurry towards her and plop down, again kind of walking with this bounce almost every time I take a step, and bounce into the chair almost, and just, sorry, I didn't mean to kick you out or take your place or anything. I just forget sometimes.
Best that you do better in the future.
Okay.
So what part of the committee are you going to be a part of?
I want to plan it, and do the decorating. I like setting things up, putting them together. It's fun for me. And I like coming up with all the ideas, though sometimes I don't really have a lot of ideas. You're better at that. But whatever they'll let me do.
I think you should definitely leave the ideas to me, and you can just follow along.
Okay, I can do that.
All right. Who's up next?
Sam would not try to be early, and is perpetually always going somewhere else in a hurry. So probably relatively on time, but would probably be upset if he's anywhere near the first half of the people who showed up. He would definitely want to be towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
So if he shows up like kind of in the middle, he'd just be like a little disgruntled as he comes in.
Okay. Yeah.
Like examines like all the corners in the place, and then just kind of like move to like a middle seat, not in the back, not in the front, wherever the arrangement has probably middle distance, I guess, because you said the seats were arranged, right?
Yeah, they're kind of so they're all facing in to each other.
Okay. Yeah. So probably where with the least amount of people by them so far. The emptiest part of the room.
Sounds good. Just behind you, kind of giving you a bit of a playful shove, is Brent Spiner. He's like, why'd you even bring me here, man? Like, this is, we could be practicing, maybe.
We could be doing a lot of shit, but this is what gets on college applications, so just eat it.
Ugh. Man, why do I always gotta follow, like, behind you?
Second best, second place. That's how it is.
Yeah, whatever.
Do like a hair flip.
Yeah.
Recently, his hair has like grown out a bit, so it's like covering the tops of the ears and like starting to like encroach on eye, like already covered eyebrows, but now it's like starting to get like blocking eyesight, like to just like a flip to get it out of his eyesight.
Sure. All right. Which one of our other lovely contestants is next?
I think Marshall would be next, mainly because Angela would drag him in and make sure that he was on time, because early is on time and on time is late. And they're definitely running a little late, as someone had some questions about lights that Angela needed to answer before we got here.
Sure. Come on.
Okay,
This is the first meeting, so we don't want to be late. We got to be there in our seats, ready to go. Have you picked out what you're going to do?
I have no idea. I'm just going to do what they tell me to do. I usually, because I'm strong and can lift things, they ask me to help set up things. So
you are
I may
worth
just
so much more than that. Just, you could totally take care of like one of the aspects. You might be even able to set up the lighting in the wherever we're gonna hold this, or just be in charge of something.
I don't know, Angela. Like, I haven't been here that long. They're probably gonna want someone who knows the student body better.
No, that's even better. You haven't been here, so you need to make a name for yourself.
I guess. Whatever, we'll see. Just, where are we sitting?
She will drag you closer to the windows on the opposite side. So you're on the west side of this circle. And Angelina and Cassandra on the north side. Sam and Brent are toward the south side. That leaves Gabriel.
Yes, so Gabriel is gonna kind of glide down the hall, glide in the room. I like to imagine as the bell rings, and he's just gonna scan and pick a seat.
All right. Timmy Renfield kind of skulks in behind you, has a notebook open, is flipping through various pages. I think we can definitely get this assignment done for you.
Make sure to get it done tonight. I need it by tomorrow.
Oh, of course, yeah. Won't sleep a wink until it's done. I don't know, like pushes his glasses up. So, what do you know what you're gonna wear to the party?
Which party?
The one we're planning.
Oh, that one. Something black.
Okay, yeah. I mean, black goes with everything, so I'm sure I can work out an outfit to go with it.
Oh, do you have a date?
I mean,
Brutal.
I need you to. I am actually gonna have you roll me the first roll of the game. I want you to roll to shut someone down because that was just brutal.
I got a 2 and a 6.
2 and a 6. All right. So.
And is this my cold? My cold is 1.
Yes. Or actually, let me make sure that yes, it is cold. Yes.
Okay.
So, for our audience, if you're not, again, familiar with Monsterhearts 2, it is powered by the apocalypse. It is an agnostic setting or system in which you roll 2d6 and add one of your attributes, which in this case was cold. So if you roll a 6 or below, then you fail. If you roll a 10 or above, you succeed without any issues. If you roll a 7 to 9, that's the sweet spot. And that's when some complications come into the mix. That is the success with conditions. All right, so I apologize. What did you roll?
I got 2 and a 6, and my cold is 1. So that totals
is 9. Great. 2, 6, 9. Yeah. Okay. So when you roll on that sweet spot and shut someone down, you come across poorly. You succeed, but you come across poorly. They give you a condition in return. So you get to choose one of these options. Either they lose a string on you, which he doesn't have a string on you currently, but you can gain a string on him now. Give him a condition or take one forward, which, as a reminder, is a +1 on your next roll.
Oh, I want to put a string on him.
Perfect. All right. We're manipulating the strings already. Again, for our audience, strings are the emotional power and pull that we have over each other. And if you have a string on somebody, you can kind of pull it to get them to do what you want them to do. Well, my music is progressing a little faster than I wanted it to. All right. So you want to get a string. All right. So go ahead and take a string on poor Timmy. He's going to give you a condition in return. Ooh. Yeah, it's going to be brutal.
Okay.
Yeah. So a condition is kind of those social labels that we put on each other. And for others who know of those conditions, they can use them to their advantage. So that's like gaining a +1 in a roll against each other. So if someone here were to use a move against you and use that brutality thing, then they could gain a bonus against you.
Okay.
But Well, that was kind of harsh. And he just kind of settles down into a seat.
It's okay, Timmy. Me too. Gotta lead him on.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Harper steps into the middle of the group. Hi, students. How y'all doing today?
Good.
Good?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. It's another great day. But thank you all for being here. This is great. This is a great turnout. We definitely need your input, your feedback, and your assistance to put together the Snowfall Dance. I am excited to see what you come up with, and basically we'll let you have the reins. We'll need different committees, or different sections of the committee, of course. We'll need those who are setting up the location, catering, music, and then we'll need someone to work on the homecoming portion to make sure our returning athletes and team swap overs from football to basketball happens pretty smoothly, and it's a nice celebration, yeah? Now, as I said, I'll let you have the reins for the most part. I will simply be here as an advisor. I was supposed to co-advise this, and that is when the door bursts open again, and Coach Savage strides in. Sup, students? All right. Now we are going to do this in a firm, military way. We're going to assign each of you a section and a job, and you're going to do it to the most effective ability that you have. Any questions? And I'm so redlining on that. I apologize.
Is there like a minimum amount of time we have to be here?
Minimum amount of time? You're going to put in all the time that is necessary to put this shindig on. Now, who wants to take care of decorations? And Cassandra Green's hand goes up. I'll take care of that, Coach Savage.
I'm gonna look over at her like for every single thing that is mentioned to like see what she wants me to do.
Me and Angelina are going to tag team this. She kind of winks at that like little reference to wrestling that where Coach Randy Savage gets his moniker from. We're going to take care of the theme and decorations. That's the spirit. That's the kind of go get 'em kind of attitude that I like. All right. Who wants to take care of catering? Mr. Harper's just standing in the middle of you, just like agape.
Food at a dance. It's like punch, right? But like, why do we need food at a dance?
Well, you gotta eat. You gotta keep your energy up. You gotta make sure there's water. Maybe punch, but there's so much sugar in those things.
All right, Coach.
Gatorade. Gatorade is better.
Sure thing, Coach. You just I don't know who you want to do catering, but I'll just handle recruitment. 'Cause, I mean, I'm going, so everyone will be there.
Ah, yes, yes. We need advertising. Good, good. So mock up some flyers, get them distributed. That's the
Present, coach.
rock on. All right.
Just like subtly try to fist bump Brent.
He just okay. All right. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's better than like friggin' decorations. Timmy's sitting next to Gabriel going, like, what are we doing?
Don't worry about it. I'll let you know.
Okay. Like he's trying to keep his hand from going up because he just wants to volunteer, you know, to try and impress you.
This poor child.
No. Angela Landry's hand goes up. Marshall and I, we can work on the lights and music. We can look for either a DJ or make a really rockin' Spotify playlist, or, you know.
I was thinking that I wanted music, and like,
Oh,
me, I wouldn't do it without him.
well, okay.
Yes, I trust
All
his
right.
choices over yours every day.
Oh, that. She just.
We can handle the lights. If you need any help with the stereo system that I'm sure Angela knows how to work far better than you do, then we'll be here.
I couldn't imagine someone better to manage the lights. I trust absolutely in her skills.
We can also handle the location if that's not too much.
Oh, yeah, that would be great. Just kind of like shooting looks over at Sam.
Marshall kind of like pats her on the shoulder, is kind of like it's okay, let it go. We can talk about it after.
I'm gonna look over at Timmy and just go, "This is going to be so much fun."
Yeah, of course. It's gonna be a blast. So what do you need me to do? I am at your disposal.
Right, so we're gonna have to find the music, right?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
I mean, our friends who do tech, I'm sure they'll take care of the rest, but let's figure out the playlist. I'll tell you what songs, and then you can get them.
Oh, yeah, of course. I like pulls out that notebook and like knocks it to a fresh page. All right, go ahead.
Are you sure it's really a good idea for just like one person to be in charge of all the music? Shouldn't we, like, ask other people or take suggestions from other people, or I don't
I'll
know,
take
look for a DJ?
suggestions. I'll definitely take
Okay, so it won't
suggestions.
just be you. Okay, that's good.
Right. We'll put out a box.
A suggestion box. Yeah, of course. I've got great arts and craft skills. I can definitely put together something like little shoebox. Yeah, shoebox with a little slide in it, and I'm gonna decorate it with like little music notes. And
See, this is why I know I can always rely on you.
Thanks for sharing your creative process there, genius.
Anytime. I always love to help a friend in need. You know that.
All right. Coach is like, all right, break, and he like heads out before he even sees if anybody's like following.
Sam will get up to try to leave too.
Hold on, we're not quite done.
He bangs the gavel. We're done.
we still need to come up with a theme, or
Isn't it snow?
so you can to have something to put onto your posters.
Snowflakes?
I mean, if that's your
This
theme,
thing writes itself, right?
Snowflakes aren't really a theme, right, Cassandra? I mean, I don't want to overstep, but snowflakes, it's just not really a theme.
Then we'll sigh like the teenager sighed as he slowly sits back down.
I mean, what else are we gonna do? Hoses and stuff? It's winter, right? Why not a snowflake?
Well, I know it can, I mean, it can be like snowflakes. I'm just saying that, like, snowflake, like, that's not, snowflake is not a theme. You know,
Okay.
that's a thing, and it could be like the snowflake dance, but you can't just put snowflake on the flyers, I think.
Okay.
Looking over to Cassandra
Yeah, I was
for
gonna say,
confirmation.
you are absolutely right. We can't just have any little snowflake as our theme, but we can do themes of blue and silver. It could be a winter
color a
wonderland.
That's a theme.
Isn't
Snowflake
the team
isn't.
dancing? Don't we just want people to dance? Like, isn't that the whole point of a dance?
That's not a theme. That just
How is
the
the color
dance
a
is
theme?
what it is. She said that it's a winter wonderland. That's not a.
Okay. I'll be there.
It certainly goes to show that the male side of things just has absolutely no style.
You know, maybe we should have a vote.
Very well. I vote for Winter Wonderland. And she looks very pointedly at Angelina.
I vote for that too.
Do you have any other brave suggestions?
Nope, sounds perfect.
Sam, you didn't want to vote for Snowflake? I know Timmy and I vote for Snowflake.
Timmy puts his hand down from the Winter Wonderland and then puts it back up for Snowflake.
Angelina's quickly counting. Like, well, I think you two are the only one who are voting for Snowflake. Everyone else seems to like Winter Wonderland. And we can have snowflakes in the Winter Wonderland, and that can be a whole thing. It's just Snowflake isn't a theme.
Brilliant. We got to compromise. Can we leave now?
Oh wait! Before everybody goes, I need to get everybody's contact information so that we can talk to each other and make sure that we're communicating about our progress and all that other stuff. Yes. Okay. All right.
You got the notebook. Hand out a piece of paper.
Yeah, he'll pass it around, and however you decide to fill it out, you have those people who are very neat writers, and it's very legible, and then there's others who are just like scribbles, and he's like peering at it like.
And as it goes around the circle, Gabriel's not even gonna look at it. He's just gonna hand it over because he knows Timmy has my number.
Of course.
Aw, shucks. Now I won't have Gabriel's MySpace.
Oh my god, it's 2003 again.
That's what millennials do. Make fun of things that are 10 years old, right?
Try 20.
No, they bring them back.
God, it is 20.
Yeah. They bring it back, and they're like, oh, it's so retro, so we're gonna bring it back like flip phones.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, Mr. Harper's like, well, if you feel like you've reached a point that you're satisfied with, then we will see you all next week then. The first event will need to be in 3 days. The homecoming, and then the actual dance will be at the end of the following week. So you've got your work cut out for you.
You really haven't given us a lot of time to figure this out. I'm not sure we can get a location in this short of time for a dance. Unless the school gym is available. Sorry, location isn't our job. That's your job. And I'll point over to Marshall and Angela and just be like, sorry, didn't mean to overstep. I just thinking out loud.
You're good. Yeah, I mean, we can make some calls, but it would help to know, is the school gym available as a backup option?
Yes, actually. It is an option. Though, I think that it behoove your creativity to find more exciting locales.
Like, of course, we want something better than the school gym, but it's not. We don't. Again, you've given us what, like 2 weeks, and that's really not a lot of time to find things. I've planned school dances before. Usually, we have more time than this. Looking over to Cassandra for like, right?
Don't worry about her. We can do this. We've got this all in hand.
Actually, Angelina, you said you've planned stuff like this before?
I've planned school dances with Cassandra, of course. But yeah, last year and the year before.
Do you want to help me out with help us out with the location stuff? Maybe?
I'll look over to Cassandra. Like, am I allowed to do that too?
I'm sorry, say that again. I apologize.
I'll look over at Cassandra and ask, kind of just be like, am I allowed to do that too? Help them with the location and help you with the decorations?
I guess it's all right.
I've done it before, I can do it. And then, I mean, we need to know where the location is anyway to be able to decorate.
Very well. But make sure that you're talking with me so that we can figure out what kind of decorations we need.
Right, of course, always.
Now, I need to get home and work on one of my beauty tutorials.
You do tutorials?
I do.
Wow, I could.
I have over 10,000 followers.
It's nice.
Talk about brutal. She completely missed that major bird.
Yes.
Angelina did it, and she's just gonna be like staring like, okay, I'll let you go home and do that, and I'll work on the location with the other people here.
Yes. Go have your little fun.
I will.
All right. She's gonna toodles.
The second she's out of earshot, I bet she gets all her makeup at CVS.
Oof.
Oof.
Angelina just Is there something wrong with getting makeup from CVS? Not that she does that.
Oh, no, but if you're gonna give tutorials, you should put some effort in.
I mean, she does, but she has a lot of money to be able to do that.
Some people have all the luck, I suppose.
Sure.
So, shall we plan a party?
Sam, your Apple Watch chimes with a very familiar, or at least it's becoming a very familiar notification. And it is from your benefactor. How do you refer to your benefactor?
I probably would call them doctor. Like my doctor's got me on this new rehabilitation plan, something like that. He would leap towards his phone when he would hear the sound, and just get lost in that for a second.
Okay. The message comes up from the doctor. Are you going to take a look at it?
Yeah.
Okay. It reads, take the catering.
Okay.
Seems pretty benign. I mean, just asking you to take a larger part.
Probably on purpose, waiting for when conversation is at peak, and to interrupt that conversation and be hey, Mr. Harper, just realized that my mom has really good connections with a restaurant down the strip, so I can handle catering.
Oh, great. That's fantastic.
Yeah, maybe Angelina could make some flyers, tell everybody I'll be there, and I'm sure we'll have the numbers.
I'm making the flyers?
Unless you don't want to. I mean...
Well, I mean, I of course can do it. I just, you said you were gonna do it, and then you're taking something else, and you can't do both?
I'm already gonna be there. That's my part. I'm gonna be the draw. I'm the headliner.
I don't know about that. Music's pretty important too.
Right, but everybody loves the face.
I know.
I think a lot of people are going to be there for the football players, man.
Yeah, football. Totally. That's what
Which
people
one's
like.
that one again, Sam? I can't remember.
Oh, if you'd like to come to the gym someday, I'm sure we can teach you something about. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna stop. Teach you something about balls is what he's probably gonna say.
Nice. And this whole time, Angelina will just kind of be staring at Sam with her head slightly tilted and eyes wide, just studying him as he's talking about all of this and doing all these things and claiming that he is the reason people will come to this dance.
to be all about basketball soon, ladies and gentlemen. That's what our theme should be.
Hmm?
No, out with the old, in with the new. Big old orange flyers shaped like basketballs. I don't know. I'll just bring food.
You do
I
that.
think that's a good idea.
Good try, sport.
Right. Well, Marshall, shall we go work out some ideas?
Oh, yeah. Are we going back to the theater? Or are they using the or they're using it for rehearsal?
Yeah, they're putting on Guys and Dolls.
Right. Green room?
Oh, yeah. I don't think they're using that yet.
Let's go to the green room. Angelina, if you want to come talk location at any point, that's where we'll be.
Okay, I mean, I can just come with you now. Cassandra's gone, so I'm not talking about decorations. So I can talk about location or also the flyer. I'll just come talk about location now with you.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That leaves Sam and Gabrielle, in the room with Timmy and Brent, who's like, catering food? What?
We're like texting like on his phone. It's
Oh.
don't worry about it. You'll just get to put it on your fucking resume. Relax.
Can't believe you're making me do this, dude. Like, ah.
You don't have to do anything. Angelina's in here. She does everything.
Do you have like a thing for her or something?
I have a thing for not having to do stupid shit because she does it all.
And like fist bump emoji kind of thing.
Rude.
And he just kind of like, he's just like, respect. All right.
What do you think, Timmy? Should we go to the library, find some music?
Yeah. I would love to go to the library with you.
Okay, lead
The
the way.
place to find awesome music is the library. Yeah.
We'll get on an iMac or something and just find.
No, iMac.
Didn't say the school was well funded.
No, it is definitely not. I think their PCs are still running 95.
The iMac's not far off. We'll sit at a cherry red one.
Hmm?
We'll sit at a cherry red iMac.
Oh,
once we
yes.
get
Oh my god, yeah. Forgot about those crazy.
And it's got a little bit.
back.
It's like
Right.
translucent.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow.
All right. We're gonna fast forward just a little bit. Everybody's gotten settled into where they are. It's a little bit later in the evening, depending on how long you want to stay and discuss things, moving or move on. Let's start with the with Sam. What are you doing later that evening?
Probably just like training, or unless I've got like some obligation to do, from the Dark Power. But otherwise, I think it would just be like probably practice, like after school meeting, and then practice is probably started already. So we do that. Probably do homework at some point. and then just like do his own like form of practice at his house or something like that.
As you're kind of doing like practice or working out, whatever your routine is, your Apple Watch begins to chirp again, but this time with a call from the doctor.
Oh, shit. Like try to compose myself, and then I'll answer.
Sam, this is the doctor.
Yeah. What? How you doing? What can I do for you?
Well, I wonder if my investment is going to be fruitful.
Of course. Yeah. Like I'll definitely make it fruitful for you.
Really? Well,
Yeah. What?
it's concerning that you have such ample competition. That if you do not succeed, then I can't say that my investment was fruitful.
Nobody competes with me. I'm the best. It'll be right. Especially with your help, I'm on top of my game.
Not even Brent.
No. What? No. Not even a thought on my worry list. I promise you.
May not be in yours, but it's in his.
He's a nobody. He's second string. It's fine.
Perhaps I need more assurances that my treatment plan is going to alleviate your suffering.
I mean, I'm 100% assured that he's not an issue. What you need me? I'll handle it. I promise.
See that you do. Or we may be having a more direct conversation.
Like I imagine that. So far, there's been like some nervousness, but like that would like drain color and like does not want to meet with the doctor physically again. And so tripping over himself a little bit, like, yeah, of course, definitely, I will take care of it. I'm not worried about him, but I will also just make sure that he is not ever a consideration again. I've got it handled.
Then try and find a good song for this. What was the nature of your injury?
Thinking just like a fairly common knee injury. So like could get back to walking speed with some physical therapy, but just never to that running up and down the court again.
You begin to feel that area begin to throb painfully, and all those memories of the crippling injury, of the extensive physical therapy, just come rushing back up.
Not even thinking about it at first to like start to rub at his knee, but then as like the pain builds, like start to get a bit panicked on his face. It's like I could do it. I can handle it. I promise. I'll figure it out. Like I won't even. He won't even play in the next game. I promise.
Very good. Very well, then. I shall let you return to your exercise. Have a good evening. And he hangs up.
He'll like hang up and like toss the phone away, like bouncing off of like the floor or whatever, and just like kind of grab at his knee and like just wait for the pain to go away, even though it might take more a mental amount of time than the actual physical.
Mm-hmm. All right. Hopping over to the library with Gabriel and Timmy, who has exhaustively put together a playlist. Not really using the mag because cell phones are better. Like, unless we're because we didn't actually establish like when this is. So, if we want to aim back for, what was that, the early 2000s? Yeah.
Be a little early for an Apple Watch.
Yeah, that would.
But it'd be right on time for MySpace.
And my flip phone.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, we've already got the smartwatch in canon, so we're not gonna deviate too far from that. Let's see. We've got just over like 100 songs. This is gonna cover several hours, and we can maybe even take a request or two.
Here, let me take a look at that list. I just want to make a couple edits. And I think Gabriel has kind of felt like he's grown sort of above a lot of the other students because he's like rapidly matured, I think, mentally over the last several months.
Sure.
So he's really into like a goth industrial vibe. And I think he thinks that they need to be exposed, these kids, to some harder music to really educate them. So he's gonna like swap out like a good chunk, not an insane, but a good chunk of songs and just swap them with like a goth industrial vibe and like reorganize it so at least there's a flow.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna get rid of the Backstreet Boys, and we are gonna get rid of NSYNC. Spice Girls can stay; they're still cool.
Of course.
Except Backstreet Boys and NSYNC would probably not be on this playlist if it's modern times.
Well, I don't know. They may be making a comeback, honestly.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, totally. But with like,
I was at a
teenagers and stuff.
I was at a rock concert last night, and they played Backstreet's Back before the concert to amp people up.
Incredible.
And I've heard on the radio several times, bye, bye, bye.
Well, that's because it's a meme.
Sure. Okay.
A meme song. I'm just saying, all I mean to say is like, if you want to go for a boy band that might be on this playlist, not even so much the boy band One Direction, but the like individual singers like Harry Styles, very popular and stuff like that.
That's great.
So Timmy, what
It
do you
would all
think?
be on there.
So Timmy, what do you think?
Oh, I mean, if you like it, then it's perfect.
I love it.
Yeah, fantastic. I will run this by the principal and get approval, and we'll be all good.
You want me to do that for you?
You will?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Thanks.
Say, do you have like somebody you're going with?
Oh, to the dance? No. I really wasn't planning on going with anybody.
Oh, okay.
What about you?
Well, I mean, there was somebody I wanted to ask, but, you know.
Oh, that's nice.
But they don't seem interested, I guess.
Timmy, you're perfectly fine. I'm sure they will be. Give it time.
Well, I mean, like, do you want to go with me?
Oh.
The silence draws out. What is Gabe experiencing in this moment?
Shock? I think he was just stupidly oblivious to that.
Okay. Will you roll to keep your cool for me?
Yes. And what do I add to that?
That is cold as well.
6. Got a 4, a 1.
Oh no. He sees the like hesitation and just like the paralyzed look on your face. No, I was just joking. It's I'm I was just I'm gonna go to put this
okay.
and he is going to bolt from the room as quickly as possible.
Oh God. What do I do? That poor kid. That
poor boy.
Poor Timmy.
Mr. Harper comes from behind one of the bookshelves. That was uncomfortable, to say the least.
That was private?
You're doing it in a public space?
Well, I expect people to mind their own business.
I apologize.
I would like to hypnotize him to forget.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and what's your role on that? Is that a vampire move or is that a...
I'm lost in my notes. It's a vampire move. I can hypnotize people who have no strings on me. Roll with hot. On a 10 and up, they do exactly what I wish and have no idea that anything is wrong. On a 7 to 9, the hypnosis works, but I choose one of. They realize exactly what you've done to them. They fuck up your commands, or their sanity is unhinged.
Oh. You might dump all of Mr. Harper's education.
Oops. So I'm going to roll hot, which for me is a +2 because I'm so hot.
So hot.
Which that's
really
6 out of 10. I rolled a 2 and a 6.
Oh, 10. Awesome.
A 10.
Oh.
I need you to forget that. Eye contact.
Yes. He kind of looks down. He's got a book in his hand. Got lost in thought for a moment.
Are you feeling okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I think should probably just retire for the evening.
Okay.
Make sure you do too. Don't stick around too late.
Don't worry. I already texted my parents. I won't be having dinner.
Oh, good. Well, make sure you get home safe then.
Always.
And he will turn and leave. All right. Let's jump over then to our green room group. You've been working this out for probably about an hour or so. potential locations. So I think that as a backup, we can have the gym. Where else can we look? I know there's lots of places, but I don't know how many will book us this quick out.
That's what I'm thinking. I really don't know how many places will be even available. I mean, usually we book these things weeks or months in advance. That's usually what happens. I don't understand why they're having us plan this so late. I really don't get it.
Well, I
They
heard
probably
that.
just forgot.
Well, I heard that it was the principal. The principal has been delaying it forever, not giving really a date, and now we have one, and it's in 2 weeks or a week and a half, really.
Well, what places do we know that can hold people that would also work with the theme? Because I know there's some places that potentially we could get, but I don't know that Cassandra would be super happy with them because of their
Well, like what? Like
theming. Well, I mean, there's that abandoned pizza place that people hang out with, and I'm sure that like if we cleaned it up, they'd let us do something there.
that's
There's
brilliant.
also a ton of
But isn't that somewhere that's more like for the kids? If we ruin that, isn't everyone in town gonna hate us?
and I don't think Cassandra would be super happy about it. But then again, I don't really know.
What about the mall? I know there's not a lot of stores in there. Maybe they'd be desperate for someone to come in and do something so they don't look as empty for once.
Could be. We could definitely give someone a call.
Okay.
And as like we're talking over this, Angelina will be taking notes. But like in the middle of a conversation, suddenly her hand will start twitching. What it literally looks like is that like when a machine gets stuck and like she can't move it, but it also kind of looks like her hand is just twitching, and she'll just move the notebook like in front of her hand and try and pretend like nothing's happening.
You're giving me a keep your cool.
Yes. Is that cold?
Yep.
Oh, great. I'm terrible at that one. Oh,
Not cool under pressure.
so that'll be a 5.
Oh no.
I rolled a 5 and a 1, and I have a -1.
The twitching is bad enough that everybody notices.
So I have a question.
Sure.
Because as part of the backstory, Marshall was being a little bit of a creep and had like watched Angelina and to a point where he knows some of her mannerisms. Would he have ever seen what she did to stop things like that in the past?
Ooh, that's a good question.
So if he's been watching her for a while, essentially it would just be something that she hides or tries to hide, or she removes herself from the situation to try and just wait for it to go away. When it won't stop or everyone notices, she usually just leaves, and when she ends up coming back, usually the next day or hours later, she's fine again. What she does is she goes home and her father fixes her.
Okay. I think noticing that Marshall would kind of be like, why don't we wrap up on location for today? Angelina, I can give the place a call or the mall a call, see if there's somebody that we can talk to. If your family maybe knows anybody, I know your dad has that shop near there. then maybe he could put in a good word or something, get us in faster. But Angela and I can stay back and talk about the lights if you want to go.
I'll definitely ask him, and I'll let you know. I gave y'all my numbers earlier, so it's fine. And she's like gathering up all of her stuff and like shoving it, clearly not using one of her hands that is just continuing to twitch, essentially. It is stuck in this position of just, like a gear can't quite get around. But because it's assumed that she's human, it looks like she's just twitching, or people would assume that. She's gathering her stuff, and we'll just I'll see you guys tomorrow, and then just kind of like bolt out. Still kind of on a bounce. She just kind of moves on a bounce naturally, but like she is rushing out, and she's just gonna like make her way to her father's shop, because they live right above it in like a small little apartment area, as fast as possible.
Okay. You leave Angela and Marshall behind, kind of trying not to share significant looks. But Angela's just like, it's kind of sad.
What?
I have had a family member with kind of a onset of like multiple sclerosis and I know other people with degenerative conditions, and for someone so young.
Yeah, it's got to be rough on her, but I mean, hopefully they can do something about it.
I hope so. Man.
But I'm sorry you got shut down about the music.
It's okay. I'm kind of used to getting stepped on.
Didn't we talk about this? You need to stop letting people do the things that you want to do. Put your foot down for once. Just because they think they can step all over you doesn't mean that they should.
Well, I mean...
Remember how you're telling me I'm worth more than I think? Don't make me put that back at you.
No, I don't know. Would you give me a turn someone on? Now, this isn't necessarily going to be like you're trying to seduce her, but
trying to amp her up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. The dice actually like me today. That was a 6 and a 5, and then I have a +1 to hot, so that's 12.
12. Very nice. Thank you for always believing in me.
Of course.
I know we haven't known each other very long, and I know you're kind of new, so perhaps you'd like to go with me?
To the dance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Really?
Well,
Oh.
Yeah.
Great. I'm really excited.
Me too. Sorry, I've never been asked to a dance before, but
Really?
cool.
What?
Yeah.
What about your previous schools?
Well, wasn't really my thing there, so everyone just kind of left me alone.
Why? I mean, you're just such a cool guy.
Well, some people think you're cool, some don't. It happens, right? But
Yeah. Oh, you went to one of those like super private schools, right?
yeah, all the super preppy, egotistical kids.
Well, they're missing out.
I'm sure they don't think so, but I appreciate it.
All right. Well, we'll figure more of this out, and we'll figure out where we're gonna go hold this. I really like your mall idea. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've got light ideas covered for the most part, right?
Yeah. We'll just have to see what we can do within the bounds of legality, I suppose.
Absolutely. And once you've got a plan set up, I can do all the heavy lifting, as I said.
Sounds good.
All right. So, and he starts to kind of like put the notebook that he was putting all of the notes in for this and puts it back in his backpack. We're good to go then?
Yeah, of course. I'll pack up and wait until practice is over.
Okay. Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you then.
And Marshall will, hiding the smile, get up and leave.
All right.
He's got like that giddy, like, I just got asked to the dance, like smile on his face. It's like,
what you don't see is after Marshall leaves the room, she just like does this like nerdy kind of like freak out dance.
Amazing.
Oh, this is fantastic. I love this so much. I think this is a good stopping point for our break. We are going to take a 10-minute break, and we will be back. Actually, we'll take closer to a 15. So we'll come back at 35 after the hour, and we will continue for another hour and a half or so. So I hope that you watching will stick with us and pick up once we come back. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you in a few minutes. Hope you all have a good break. Hello and welcome back. So, our students have broken off into pairs and small groups to work out what their plan is, and then are headed home for the evening. There has been some heartbreak and some elation already, and so far it's been of the fairly mundane nature, though things may take a turn. As Angelina, you are, you said you were headed home, back to your father's antique thrift shop and clock repair. What's the shop called?
It is called Beckett Finds and Clock Repair.
Perfect. Nice and simple. Hugo Beckett is inside somewhere, lost in the piles and rows of yesterday's various sundries and discarded memorabilia. Yeah, my audio. Weird. Okay. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, the music is a little loud. I just unmuted the page for myself.
Well, it shouldn't still be on. Yeah, I think I fixed it. Okay, all right. OBS, I think, was messing with me there. All right. Let's see, where were we at? I don't know, my other audio's not working now. Like the music that I have otherwise doesn't seem to be working. Oh well. All right.
Weird.
Hugo is lost amongst the discarded relics of yesteryear. It's is that you, Angelina?
Yes, Father, it's me. I need your assistance, please, quickly.
Oh, okay. I'll get the toolkit. Come into the back room.
And she'll scurry back there, hands still. I feel like it's gotten worse at this point and has moved up like most of her arm to where it's just kind of this. Her entire arm is just like a gear that is just not. Like it's stuck or something.
He is a graying, almost white-haired older gentleman. Picture, if you will, a modern Geppetto, including like the really small glasses perched on his kind of beak-like nose, and he grabs a second pair of glasses from the nearby bench and puts them on, and they've got like the different magnifying lenses on them that you can flip through. And come here, darling, come here. And
she'll show him her arm, and then I think she'll like get onto his desk essentially to sit, because I think there's essentially a panel in her back that he can access all of her gears and such from, so that he doesn't have to cut through skin every time there's a problem. Which
that would be traumatic.
You just a little bit.
Well, I mean, a little bit of surgery never hurt anybody, right? He pulls out very minute tools and begins fiddling. How was your day, dear?
It was good. I started planning the dance with Cassandra and some other people, and we I got assigned to another committee with some other people, and they seemed quite nice. But then while I was with them, my hand it got stuck again.
Well, hopefully we can make sure it won't happen again. And his hands are shaking themselves. This poor man is definitely getting older and not as steady as he once was. So you can, as far as you can feel things, you can feel his hands and the tools vibrating against various components as he works. Marshall, you have had a peculiar curiosity in Angelina since you met her a few months ago. There is something strange, something off, and you can't quite put your thumb on it. She smells different and sounds different to your ears. Like there's always this like ticking when she's around. That's almost imperceptible to anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe, would you like to engage in that particular curiosity?
I think especially realizing that Angela noticed today kind of piqued his interest a little more. Like, once the excitement from being asked to the dance kind of wears off, he starts thinking about it and he's like, wait, if she's having some sort of problem, she always disappears. Where could she have possibly gone? And why does she disappear every time she has a problem and then come back acting like nothing has happened? So I think he would, like you said, she smells different. So I think he would try to sort of follow her scent of where she had gone and try and figure out exactly what was going on at that point.
Okay. After your exit from the scene with you and Angela, you hurried along, following the route that you know Angelina usually takes. You know where she lives. I mean, Beckett's in the name, and it's a small town.
Mm-hmm.
You do your best to catch up, but she had quite a lead. And you find the squat 2-story house that has had its first floor kind of converted into the antique and clock repair business. And then the upstairs with its bedrooms and bathrooms and stuff are the living area. The downstairs is dimly lit, as there's like one of those just emergency light kind of things, just to lightly illuminate the inside. The close sign is turned forward, but you can see a light in the back of the building.
Okay. I think at that point, he would be trying to be sneaky about it, stay out of sight. and then make his way towards that backlight. I don't know what I would necessarily have to roll for that, since there is not a stealth.
No, not really. So you maneuver around back, and you see that most of the windows have heavy curtains kind of pulled over them in this back area. But there is a higher window that it's almost like you'd find in a garage, just kind of like peering into the space that is uncovered. It'll take a little bit to climb up there, but you're able to do it.
Okay.
Though I will like you to roll keep your cool.
Okay.
Because you may still see what's going on, but you might make a lot of noise in the process. And while you're rolling that, Vampire Bites, thank you so much for this subscription. Really appreciate you. That is our second ever. So thank you very much. It is very much appreciated. And thank you for appreciating the work that we all do for you.
Well, I hate to let you down after that awesome news.
Oh.
But,
no, this is where the drama gets good.
I rolled a 3.
Oh, no.
I rolled a 3 and a 1, and then I have a -1 to cold.
Oh, this is fantastic. Oh, and Lil's Neverland.
Yikes.
Thank you also for the subscription. Thank you. Like, we love you. Really appreciate you. And yes, Emma, I'm so sorry. Or Marshall in this case.
Marshall's gonna be the one that's sorry after this.
Yep. So you climb up onto some debris that's kind of piled up under the window to see if you can get a better look, and pull yourself up just enough so that you can peek into the window, and you see this scene before you of this old man kind of hunched over on a stool, tall stool, of course, fiddling at this panel in Angelina's naked back. Correct? Back, right? Yeah.
Yes. It's like a full metal panel
Yeah.
almost, where there's skin clearly around it, but it doesn't. This panel is just metal, and you can probably see gears inside of it, and yeah. He's just kind of sitting there,
Yes.
kind of limp as he's fiddling.
So you see this scene, and how you react to it, how you see it, is completely up to you. However, actually, I'm going to give you a chance to explain before we deal with the results of your failure there.
Okay. I think at first it's confusion is the first thing that sort of many emotions that run through Marshall's mind. He's not sure he's looking at what he's actually seeing. How are there metal gears and panels and people? And then he thinks about it. He thinks about what he is and where he came from last with his supernatural preppy high school, and thinks, shit, we're back to square one.
Oh.
No. Yeah. Your understanding or scope of the world has expanded a little bit more than you even knew before. And as you're processing what you're seeing. The debris under you, one of the, like wooden pallets and steel drum, slips from under your feet as it collapses under your weight, and you just beef it into this pile. And there is a loud crash outside, Angelina, directly behind where you're being worked on. Your father jerks suddenly, and you feel your arm go completely useless. Take one harm, if you will, please.
Oh, damn.
Yikes! Sorry.
Damn it, Marshall. No, I'm kidding.
What? Oh, the raccoon's back.
Sure, raccoon. Father.
Will you be a dear and go run them off again?
After he fixes my arm, I will. I can. I just need a minute. I can't really move one of my arms.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. And he'll take a. I'm sorry. This is gonna take a little bit. Can you go and just come back, and we'll make sure to get it before you go to bed tonight.
I'll like pull up my like dress once again and probably like grab like something to wrap around myself.
Yeah, almost like
and I'll
a
go to
sling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To kind of just like lift my arm up so it's not just like dragging me down. But it's very clearly like she's leaning to one side, like she can't move her arm. And she'll go to the back door essentially and open it and step out and just, hello? And look around. Did I see Marshall?
I assume Marshall is like picking himself up.
Well, here's the question. Like, you made it sound kind of like I was on like a roof.
No, not like a roof.
Oh, no,
you were just like standing on a pile and trying to look in through a high window.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then in that case, I'm gonna run the fuck away.
Okay. Well, that is another move.
Yes.
So, if you will please roll to run away. This is volatile, something you're a little bit better at.
Yes, and the dice are a bit more in my favor in that case. That's 10 plus 2, 12.
Okay.
Nice.
I think he would go wolf in that moment. And like, not wanting to be caught after realizing how much noise he's made, just slip into the woods.
Now, we're not talking about going into your darkest self, correct?
No, but like, well, I guess that would be a question for you. Is kind of, we never talked about how like the werewolf form works.
We didn't
is
actually.
It solely a full moon thing, or
so? You know, in our mythos, you could have control over it of changing. If you ever get into your darkest self, then it's going to be an uncontrolled transformation that you know, leaves you a little bloodthirsty. And not in a vampire kind of way.
Got it. I think in like going to a supernatural high school, they would have had some sort of like trainings on like how to control yourself in some aspects, so he would be able to, at least for very short periods of time, let the beast loose from time to time and still like use it to its effect and then put it back before he actually goes full on feral, like darkest self type transformation. So he would just use it to get away quickly and unnoticed. Since he made a lot of noise with the human form in this case.
Okay, awesome. So you go to ground on all fours and bolt from the pile so that as Angelina comes out, the only thing that you catch sight of is like maybe a tail, like a bushy tail. Could have been a coyote, could have been any number of animal, to be honest. But they are gone now. So you can go back in and get repaired.
Which is what I'll do. I'd like working use of my other arm. That would be nice. But I'll also be kind of like visibly deflated and frustrated, just kind of with having to be fixed all the time. This is really frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Being alive, but not. It's a weird place to be. So she's going to be pretty visibly deflated when she goes back to Hugo and is sitting there getting repaired.
Okay. So you may use your opportunity to heal your wounds. This can happen once per session. Or we can leave it for the most part. And
I think we'll leave it. She's not too hurt right now. We'll leave the
Okay.
harm.
all right.
If it gets worse, if something
So
gets worse, like
how-
heal your wounds.
how we'll
So-
wrap that scene up then is that Hugo is able to repair the motor functions, but we'll have to take some significant more time to get at the gears and get them properly aligned so you have better motor functions and control. So
I don't get stuck.
yeah. All right. We are going to move on then, unless anybody wants to do anything the rest of that night. Don't feel pressured to do so. We can move on to the next day at school, or when we're going to plan the homecoming for.
I think
If
the only
it's
thing that...
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead first.
Okay.
Okay.
I think the only thing that Marshall would do that night is ask his mom if, like, first he would tell his mom, hey, I have a date to the school dance, since she's been, like, very, like, inquisitive about whether or not he's fitting in, settling in well.
Sure. Yeah.
And then ask her if he still has, like, the last time he wore a suit was for a funeral, like, years ago. If that would possibly fit, and if not, if they can go suit shopping.
Of course, dear. We will make sure you are well fitted.
Thanks, Mom.
That was the question, right? Was the suit, and then what was the other one? Or was that?
He was telling her that he had a date
gotcha.
to the dance in the first place. But yeah, that was...
I am so proud of my boy. And I am excited to share this with all the other moms.
Yeah, I didn't know that they all gossiped about that sort of stuff. Does it matter that much?
Well, being on the BTA, we talk about a lot of different things, especially our wonderful, wonderful teenagers as you come up in the world.
Got it.
I tell you, already having a date, it's just going to be a huge feather in my cap.
Yeah. Hey, Mom.
Hmm?
You haven't heard anyone talking about being like us, right?
No, I mean, if I understand your meaning, no. I believe that we are the only unique ones in town.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
I just... Some people smell off.
Really?
And I just wasn't sure.
And who
I don't...
would they be?
Oh, I mean,
Because
one
we'd
girl-
have to extend our proper greetings.
right. Which, remind me what that is again?
Well, we need to make sure that we don't have any repeats from the previous school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what? Don't worry about it for now. If there are any problems, I'll tell you. And then we can do the whole parent meeting thing.
I'm very good at those.
I know.
Hmm.
The last one didn't go over so well, though. From what I remember. I mean...
I cannot be held responsible if other parents are not going to be forthcoming.
I mean... It's fair, but, you didn't have to send one of my classmates' parents to the hospital?
I did no such thing. It was a random wild animal attack.
Right. Good night, Mom.
Good night, darling.
And with that, he will go ahead and go to bed.
We will jump ahead to the next day at school, say about lunchtime or so. The large cafeteria of Westburg Prep is bustling with activity. Angelina, have you distributed word about the dance?
I would have done that this morning, I think.
Okay.
Started
Yes.
like making sure people know when the homecoming thing is going to be, when the dance is going to be, and like promising that there's going to be flyers that I've probably just started working on in my free time.
Okay.
And of course updating Cassandra the whole time. But also I feel like I'm working slower because I think that my arm is still kind of not fully twitching, but it's moving weird for Thor.
Sure. To that end, you know, you might have it in that sling from last night, maybe a little more secured to make it look like you just like maybe you got some tennis elbow or, you know, something to that effect. But the cafeteria is abuzz then of the snowfall dance. And while there are a lot of questions that are zooming around about like what the theme's going to be and or like what how people are going to match the theme more accurately, and where it's going to be, and you know who's going to take who. Gabriel, where do you usually take lunch?
Well, I don't think he's eating lunch, but he sits at a table, I think, in the corner of the calf, kind of in the back.
Mhm.
And he's always at least with Timmy. And then whatever revolving group of people he's sort of temporarily interested in.
Okay.
This time it's the basketball team.
This time it's the basketball team.
Mhm.
So Sam is nearby then.
Probably not paying attention at all. It's like preoccupied on his phone.
Also, I would have either at like 1 in the morning last night or just before school shot Timmy a text that just says, "We probably should talk."
Yes. Timmy, bless his heart, as per usual, though he is very subdued and obviously awkward, just shuffles into the lunchroom with his tray and sits down next to you. I got your homework for third period.
Thank you. Gabriel is gonna lean over, and so only Timmy can hear. I'm sorry about that, but we need to talk. Tonight? And can I turn him on?
Yes, you can. Yes, you may. Absolutely.
Great. 4, a 6 plus 2. So that's technically a 12.
He visibly, like, shudders.
I breathe on his neck a little.
His glasses begin to fog up a little bit.
I'm not saying no, but we need to talk.
He looks like he wants to bury his face in, like, the meatloaf.
I like grab the back of his head and pull back before he drowns.
No. He just looks like it. He's not actually.
Okay.
He's like, I'd really like that.
Thanks for the homework.
Are you gonna let him go elsewhere, or are you gonna keep him close by?
For now, I'll let him do what he wants to do.
Okay. I've got to go. And he goes,
Bye.
but his face is like beet red. His more acutely to your senses, you see the veins in his neck just kind of pulsing quickly.
I can kind of feel a fang poking out. Huh. So, boys, tell me more about this basketball.
Sports ball.
Yo, sports.
Which
Yay,
one was
sports.
this one
Sports
again?
ball.
Is this the egg-shaped one? I just get them so confused.
Where have you been, man? Like China?
Wait, do you know what a joke is?
Do you? Because I'm looking right at him. And it's like... he kind of like reached for a high five from Sam. Like,
You're fucking stupid. Gabriel, and Sam will put his phone away and like, hey, come here.
Yeah.
Can I ask you? I'll try to take him away from the group, like wherever, like.
oh come
lunch
on,
is
man!
getting-
I was just like,
Don't worry, ladies. I like them smart.
and like still kind of dealing with his phone, he'll just bring Gabriel over somewhere semi-private, not probably still visible, and just be like, finally put his phone away and be like, I need another favor.
What's it worth?
It gets a little nervous, like nothing
You
crazy
know,
yet.
I'm a little thirsty today.
I don't know about your monstrousness, right?
Oh, you have to, because remember, something is up because I was able to do a favor for you before, right?
Yes.
And now, yeah.
I mean,
you,
not
I think, already
necessarily.
know.
I mean, you could have just
Oh,
been
okay.
very influential.
Oh, okay, then let me
That's fair,
back
yeah.
up. Let me
Yeah.
back up. Okay.
I mean,
Uh,
it's totally up to the two of you. So
I'm fine with either. I just wanted to clarify whether or not
I'd
Sam
rather
would
keep
know.
it a secret. For
Yeah.
okay,
Okay.
all right.
For sure.
What's
Okay,
it worth?
weirdo. I need you to keep you. You tell me what it's worth. I need you to keep Brent out of the first game of the season.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, it's simple, right?
You'll owe me again.
Whatever. You can do it then.
Yes.
All right, he'll already start like pulling out his phone, texting.
Do we need
I'm
a
like, all right,
contract?
what do you want? Some blood? Whatever.
Oh no, I think it was oh. No, I think the vampire thing was gonna be secret, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Oh, you were just
no,
being
contract
snide.
lawyers and
Oh,
yeah.
okay, all right.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
need a contract signed in blood? There we go. Okay,
Yep.
tracking.
Okay, I know how to find you.
Yeah, we go to the same school. I know how to find you. Definitely.
Okay.
That go way over that.
Yep. Who do what's the name again?
Brent.
Okay.
He's in the committee.
Oh yeah, that one. The one. Okay.
Yeah, there's only like 5 people in the committee. You, me, Brent, Angela,
Right.
Marshall.
But the loud girls in there.
Oh, and your friends, 6 people.
Yeah, Timmy. Remember that one.
Sam does not remember that Angela is part of the committee and doesn't really think Cassie counts.
Because Angelina's gonna do all the work.
At this point, I think that I'm gonna throw a little wrench into some gears. Well, maybe not a wrench. We'll see. Cassandra strides across the cafeteria toward the two of you, making sure that her presence is known by everyone. And she strides right up to you, Sam. Hi, Sam. As you know, it is tradition for the women to ask the boys out, especially if they are top-of-the-line athletes. So, here is my ball proposal. Will you go to the snowball dance with me?
Sam is like kind of distracted, in a hurry, like normal, but like comes present when she like starts to ask a question. He's like, "That's a genius idea. Yes, absolutely." And for like him, it's like checked off the list. Don't have to worry about it anymore. Move it on. Like has no emotional stakes in it whatsoever. Just a convenient yes that he can give. So.
Perfect. And she leans in and gives you a kiss on the cheek, just to, as almost a show of marking you as hers.
Yeah, I think that.
I will text you all the details. Especially the colors that I'm going to be wearing.
Yeah, color. And he'll go like look back at it like his watch.
See you soon.
Yep.
And we'll stride away.
And then yeah, just okay. You do your thing then. Let me know. And then I'll start to head out.
I think that was to you, Gabriel, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's agreed. By the way, how'd you know you're a top?
What?
Wait, what?
Never change. You're the best, Sam.
Yeah, whatever. You like hear like the from of text. He's like sending a bunch of text.
All right. Let's see. Angelina and Marshall, what are you doing in this lunch period? As we
I think I would.
swivel the camera.
Sorry.
No, go for it.
I think I'd be with Cassandra until she just suddenly gets up and walks over to Sam and Gabriel, and I would just be like, "This is a thing that's happening now." Angelina doesn't eat, and most people that have known her for the couple of years that she's been around have just come to know that this is one of her quirks. No one's really just ever seen her eat. Cassandra kind of gives her shit for it sometimes, but
only in passing, because even as Cassandra comes and sits back down, all proud of herself, kind of preening a little bit. You should really eat something, or nobody's gonna ask you or say yes to you.
But no one's supposed to ask me. I'm supposed to ask other, right? The girls are supposed to ask the
That's
boys.
why I amended. But then again, if a girl wanted to ask you, I suppose that would be acceptable.
Mm-hmm. I just don't know anyone who would ask me.
Well, then you're gonna have to get out there, girl, and be like me. I just bagged one of our best athletes.
Right? Then who should I ask? One of our other good athletes?
If you want to have any kind of status, I'd say so, but your options are open. Now that one of them is done, anyway.
I don't really know who I should ask. I've never really thought about it.
She like peers around. I wonder if he's taken. And she points to Gabriel.
Oh no. And Angelina will just
you would make a beautiful couple.
Okay. And Angelina will get up and walk over to Gabriel.
And at some point, preternaturally, he's just going to turn and make eye contact with you, knowing you're coming.
Hi.
Yes.
Do you have a date to the dance?
I've actually been working on that. Thanks.
So is that Is that a yes?
no.
It's
You
not
do
a
have a
no.
Oh no.
uh do you want to go to the dance with me?
Oh. No, thank you.
Okay. She just turn around and walk back.
Oh.
Like, she knows that she's supposed to be like upset by this, but she doesn't fully really feel feelings. So she's just kind of like, fine. So she's just gonna turn around and just, oh,
Well,
okay.
let's see how fine you are. Roll to keep your cool, if you will.
Oh yeah, that's the one I'm very bad at.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, because that's cold, right?
Yep.
Oh god. Oh. Oh damn. Right. 6, 2. Hang on. Let me do math. 7. Success with consequences.
uh, so on a 7 to 9 and I keep your cool, I get to tell you how your actions would leave you vulnerable. And you can choose to back down or or go through with it. And in this case, you kind of already have, but you find that in your memory bank of emotions that you've been storing, you're having trouble computing which one that you should be feeling. So they all kind of start to come out. So you're feeling both like still confident, but also at the same time like want to cry. Like it's very very mixed up.
Is this visible?
To some extent, yes. How does that look on Angelina?
That's a great question. I think that her eyes that would kind of go not glassy because there wouldn't be like tears,
Right.
but just like almost like this vacant expression as she kind of enters this state of like trying to compute what's going on, and definitely has this look of just that just happened of like shock. So she's just kind of standing there, her arm in a sling, just like trying to compute what she should be feeling, what just happened, what her friend kind of set her up to do. And just
Gabriel's gonna see this, and he's gonna walk up and hug her. Don't worry, it's just 'cause I'm gay. And then he's gonna lean in and like whisper into your ear, I know you have a secret. Don't let them see. That would be stupid.
she goes like completely rigid,
No,
but
make
like
sure to laugh when you leave.
she'll do it. She like as soon as she'll relax and then just like and then like walk back. Oh, actually, Brent at the table that Gabriel's at?
He's nearby.
He's one of the star athletes,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Angelina's gonna walk up to him and just, hi, do you have a date to the dance?
I mean, I've got offers.
Have you accepted any?
Maybe. What's it to you?
Well, I was just thinking you might have a better time if you go with me.
Really? Do tell.
I mean, I am planning it after all.
So, what? How does that benefit me?
I'm also close friends with one of the most popular girls at school, and so then you'd have an in with her if you went with me.
Give me a roll. Turn someone on.
Oh no, that's hot, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Fuck. Oh. Oh, that's terrible. I think it's a 7 again.
All right, on a 7 and 9 on turn someone on, they can either give you a string or choose one of the following actions. So they can either give they can give themselves to you, promise something that they think you want, or get embarrassed and act awkward. I think that's not or, but I think that's supposed to be and. They give you no. That's really weird. Oh, okay. On a 10. All right. All right. All right. I like this. Yeah.
And I'm been told I'm a good time, so.
Yeah. It just like nudges some of his buds. Says she's a good time. Yeah. So then you're gonna be at the homecoming party tomorrow night.
Yes.
Yeah.
She has not known about this party before this moment. Totally.
All right. Well, if we're going to the dance together, we gotta be seen together. Yeah.
Of course.
All right. And we're having a good time. Because you promised, right?
Right.
All right.
And she'll like grab his arm and take out a pen and like write her number on his hand and just kiss me and then walk away.
Okay.
After Cassandra.
All right. Who's just like nodding approval as you come back? All right. Let's swivel over to Marshall. What are you doing this in this lunch period?
I feel like Marshall usually hangs out with Angela and the theater kids.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of slowly, like he always packs his own lunch. It's always some sort of like ham sandwich or something.
Yeah.
That he's just chomping down on as everyone sings like defying gravity around him. It's like the loud theater kid
Oh yeah.
table
Oh yeah.
like, everyone
I think
is just like
defying gravity.
yeah.
and it's like these bad harmonies and
no one knows where they are in the song.
Nope.
It's awful. And then it's just like this, everyone's trying to talk over it and elsewhere in the lunchroom, so it's just this cacophony of sound. And it's even worse because Marshall's ears are more sensitive, but he's putting up with it because Angela enjoys it. And
I think that I have gotten Miss Miller to plan for a Shakespeare show next year. I am like super psyched. I am going out for Benedict in Much Ado About Nothing. Like it's like my dream role.
and he's just kind of nodding along, like as he like mouthful of sandwich. Like, oh nice.
Yeah, sure.
But he would I definitely
put in a proposal, though, Angela. I thought that we could put on a version of Bram Stoker's Dracula.
That would actually be really cool. It's not one you see high schools do a lot.
Oh yeah. I think that it would just be a showstopper of a show.
Yeah, definitely. And would you stage manage?
I mean, she kind of like looks to the other theater kids who are like looking at her, kind of like, are you gonna even try? I mean, I'm okay up in my lighting booth.
And Marshall kind of gives her that look, like, remember what we talked about yesterday?
Yes, I am. You have the usual stage manager, like down at the other end of the table, who's like locked in on the conversation.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, I think you'd make a fantastic stage manager, and I think you should definitely I forget what we named the theater teacher. Did we?
I don't think we did. We'll say that it is Miss Banks.
Well, I definitely think you should talk to Miss Banks about
it. like Miss Banks is gonna give that role to our best lighting technician. And this is Tracer, the stage manager, down the table.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, with my flawless record, I think that I'm a shoo-in until I graduate.
Well, isn't the point of being at school to try new things and maybe learn how to do something else so that you're not stuck in one place the moment that you leave? Like, think about it this way. When you leave here, where you're the shoo-in, who's to say there isn't another shoo-in at another theater? Then what are you going to do?
Give me shut someone down.
Alrighty.
And this is cold.
Okay. That's a 7 on the die, -1, so 6.
Oh no!
Damn it! Right on the edge.
That may work in some areas, but in the theater, you want the best show possible, so that means you want the best people in the spots, and I'm it. So, good luck getting Miss Banks to randomly decide to change things up.
Mm-hmm. And Marshall just brushes off the ego. Turns back to Angela. Well, I hope your show gets picked. Either way.
She's kind of deflated a little bit. Yeah, I mean, that'd be cool, but, you know, it's whatever. All right. Gonna swivel back over to Sam. Is there anything else you want to do during this lunch period, or do we want to hop ahead?
Nothing during lunch.
Okay.
I do have an idea for practice time.
Okay, yeah. If we're good with lunchtime, then we're gonna push forward to the end of this school day, and going into sports practice. I did not say sports ball, so don't laugh at me. I did play some soccer for like a couple of weeks.
Yes.
It's too much running.
As someone who had to drop out of cross country because I got plantar fasciitis after a couple weeks of running,
Oh, no.
I completely understand that.
Yep. So Sam, is this before, during, or after practice?
Probably after.
Okay. All right.
Like trying to find a moment to, because all sports nuts are superstitious. It's just a fact of life.
Yeah.
So sometime like when Brent is in the shower or somewhere else, maybe talking to the coach or still finishing up the practice, Brent's gonna try to like get to his locker and steal his like lucky necklace or something like that.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a shark tooth medallion that he wears. Believes that he narrowly avoided a shark when he went swimming on the West Coast. So and he took the tooth as a souvenir to prove that his luck, and that's what he wears. So you're gonna go try and get into his locker, and
Yeah.
okay. How do you want to go about that? His locker's locked currently.
Okay. I think I'm gonna have to reach out for a little help then.
Ooh.
Don't. Ooh, yeah. So, I can, as the infernal, do. Where is it? You can give the dark power a string to use a move you don't have. Just this once. This move can come from any skin. When it says just this once, is this like a once a one-time thing? Where
Yeah. Now you can, in the future, give more strings to use other moves.
Totally. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Totally fair then. I just want to make sure what part was just the once. I would like to take the ghost move of going through walls.
Ooh.
Usually sports lockers are pretty big, so I'm hoping that I can get in there, affect the necklace enough to like shove it through like a grating hole, and then move enough out.
Okay. That's smart. I like that. All right. So how does this look? So how do you request? Make your request to the doctor. You just like message him and.
I like the idea of it being like too easy to just like almost like a wish. You just get like there's like a resistance that you're like constantly putting up, and so when you just let it go a little bit, doesn't take like actual words. It's just like etched into the soul contract.
Okay.
And so like releasing some of that like held back like resistance, letting it go a little bit, I can just like hope for and wish for a power that helps me in this situation. So like maybe at first it's like nothing and I'm just like punch the locker and then my hand goes through and then I'm like, oh shit, and I like try to grab the necklace and then like so it's mostly like fumbling and trying to figure this out instead of being like
so
Ocean's 11 style. Like
you focus on that feeling that you've become accustomed to, that is becoming slowly very familiar to you, of that rush of like almost adrenaline that begins to course through you, and you channel it and focus it, and starting at your fingertips, it's almost like they're burning away, leaving this like translucent red hand, and you are able to reach in, fumble around, feel for the necklace, and pull it back out.
And I have to give a string to the dark power. I probably would be a little flabbergasted that it like worked fairly easily like that. So I don't know if there's like people around, he'd probably be a little less surreptitious than he should be.
Okay. You kind of like stuff it into your gym shorts and disappear around the corner just as Brent comes out of the showers and goes for his locker. You can hear him after a beat shuffling through his stuff, and it becomes more and more frantic and panicked. What the? It was right in. No, I had it on. I took it. Come on. And he begins like scouring the gym for it.
And we'll just be like packing up his stuff and ready to get out of there.
He comes around the corner. Hey, Sam, have you seen my shark tooth?
Your what?
You know the thing I wear at practice all the time. You've seen it.
Your necklace?
Yeah.
Beats me.
Okay. If you see it, just let me know. Shit. He grabs his stuff and hurries out.
Lock your locker next time.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna swivel then over to Gabriel. What are you doing at the end of school?
So, Gabriel has two goals right now. First is to take care of this stupid favor by creeping in the shadows outside the gym until the basketball boys are done with their practice so he can lurk behind this other boy and drink his blood until he's almost dead. And then he wants to talk to Timmy.
Okay.
In that order.
As you're standing there waiting, you become aware of another presence nearby.
What kind of a presence?
You glance around the corner and see this goth girl just kind of leaning up against the brick of the school. You're pretty sure that you've seen her before at the Dark Lady, the industrial club that you frequent. She's just kind of like, hey.
What are you doing here? As he keeps an eye on Brett.
I'm here to give you a message.
Oh?
Your sire sends his greetings.
How kind.
Wants to see if you're adjusting.
No thanks to him. I'm managing. Will there be anything else?
Just that, you need to make sure you continue on the family line.
Find the right candidate. And when I choose, I shall.
I don't think this is like your choice thing.
It will happen.
Well, it better, because I don't want to be made to watch you.
Understood. Now do you mind? I have dinner to catch.
I'll let you go on your hunt.
Thanks. It's B negative.
And she'll push off and just like saunter away. About that point, the players all burst forth from the gym and with their gym bag slung over shoulder. The sun has long since hit the horizon. There are a few cars waiting to pick up some of the boys.
Did Brett walk home, or did he get a ride? Did he drive?
Brent drove, yes. So he's one of the last ones out.
Is there any? Do I know where he lives? I'm guessing we all kind of do, but if I don't,
Vaguely.
all right. Is there a way for me to follow him while I'm on foot?
Probably not.
Okay. I assume I have.
But you could have your own vehicle too.
A shitty car. 'Cause my parents are like perfect middle class, like right in the center. So
Sure.
they made me buy my own car, but they helped. And I will get in my little jalopy and follow. And then whenever he stops, I'll have to lurk, making sure no one can see.
Yeah.
And then attack.
Ooh.
And like while I'm in the car driving on my I'm still gonna call it a flip phone because I like the idea of the button presses to get each letter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send a text to Timmy to say, "Are you up at midnight?"
You'll get a text back. Can be.
Good.
I'll leave the window open.
Okay. And then at the appropriate time, I would like to not murder this basketball player, just remove enough blood to almost murder him and then incapacitate him for the game.
Oh, okay. To that end, you follow him back to a rundown part of the neighborhood. These are homes that need way more than just TLC. There are obvious holes in roofs and siding falling off. It's a pretty crappy part of Roanoak. And he spends a few minutes before he goes inside. He parks out on the street. He spends a few minutes like digging through his car for something, which may be an opportune moment.
I'm curious. What is he looking for? I'll wait a moment and watch.
He keeps feeling for his chest, like, then he'll like search his pockets. Like, I can't believe I fucking lost it.
If no one can see, yeah, he'll rush up from behind, bite and drain, and I will use the feeding. I get to choose 2 of 3 options. I heal 1 harm, I take 1 forward, and they definitely don't die. So, he definitely doesn't die, but I'm taking quite a bit of blood to leave him at the best anemic.
I would like to resolve this. Can you give me a lash out physically?
Ooh, okay.
This is volatile.
Volatile, okay. I believe that's not great for me. Gosh. Well, 9.
Okay. On a 9 for lash out physically, you do get your harm in, but you get to choose one.
Okay.
They learn something about your true nature and get a string on you. I decide how bad the harm turns out, or you become your darkest self.
Oh no. Shit. I love this tough choice. I love it.
Choose
okay.
wisely.
Okay. If I do... give me those options again.
All right. They learn something about your true nature and gain a string on you. I decide how bad the harm turns out, or you become your darkest self.
His worst fear is anyone he can't control finding out. That's the one. That's the worst for me.
Ooh. So finding out something about your true nature. Okay.
I don't remember to hypnotize him.
Okay, yes. And further, I mean, you have the whole mythos of vampires can't be seen in mirrors or so. I think that as you sneak up and latch on to him, immediately his eyes go up to the rearview mirror, which shows him who is biting you. Well, regardless, he is still subject to your feeding, but he does gain a string on you, and his eyes just kind of widen before they sink.
And maybe I make eye contact, and that's when I cut it and run.
All right. So are you still going to do your feeding there?
Yeah.
Okay. You had a choice, correct?
Yes, I got to choose 2 of 3. I heal 1 harm, I take 1 forward, and they definitely don't die. I'll take the they definitely don't die, and
fair enough. Yeah.
because it doesn't really matter, and 1 forward, which you'll have to remind me what a forward does for me.
That is a +1 to your next roll.
Okay.
Yep. Camera, stop it. Fantastic. Oh, I love this. Like, he collapses into his car and is just bleeding profusely all over the back seat. His eyes still kind of like they're glazed over, pupils dilated as he's growing paler and paler. He will not die, but that does that was pretty good. I like this. All right, we're gonna do our last scene with Angelina and Marshall, and then we're going to call it for tonight. So I'm going to switch it over to Angelina and Marshall. What are you doing after school? Marshall, you have some interesting knowledge that you could definitely confront Angelina with, or you could both do your separate thing. I'm not going to tell you what to do. So.
I mean, Angelina's probably in the library, designing the flyers, and like once she gets a design like set, is gonna start printing them out.
Okay.
So Marshall shows up.
Yeah, I think he would have spent a little time with Angela in her lighting booth, kind of talking about like plans for the dance and like, oh, what color do you think you're gonna wear so I can plan around that when I go get my suit, like stuff
Yeah,
like
so cute.
that. Like asking her what kind of flowers she likes so he can go get a corsage, things of that nature. And at that point, once he'd kind of discussed that and the lighting with her, since he probably would have that night after talking to his mom, like attempted to call them all.
Okay, yeah.
And see if he could get a hold of somebody, and they would have told him to send an email, which he would have done. And he's just hoping that they get back to him. He has at least told them that they should use the school gym for the party.
Okay.
But he's hoping that they'll respond to him by the time they need to confirm the dance location so that they can use the mall for the dance. But he would go ahead and make his way to the library, as that kind of has become his like going there to think spot.
Okay.
And he's concerned about the fact that he's now sort of figured out that there are others that are of like a more like supernatural nature here, and is just getting like flashbacks back to his old school, like pick a side, like you can only be one or the other, you can't be in a family of both, pick a side. It's like, but and
yeah, to kind of open that up, explain that to the audience. Marshall's mom is a werewolf and dad is a vampire, correct?
Yes. So it would have been like a barrage of like the werewolves being like, you're one of us, come to us, and the vampires being like, but you still have the blood in the family. Has he not passed it on to you yet? Like, what's going on there? And it's like they were constantly fishing for this reason that he should be like assimilated into their group, and he just hated it so much. The idea of that happening again sort of paralyzes him to the point where he's like, okay, I need to go escape. I need a book. And
Angelina's at the library.
Yep, he wanders into the library and Angelina's there. And I think he would have sort of paused at the door and like been like, crap, I may as well go. But turning to leave, he would have like, the door would have creaked really loudly enough that like Angelina probably would have seen him.
She just spins around in her chair. She's working at. Oh, Marshall, can you come here? I need to talk to you about the location.
Oh, yeah, sure. And he'll let the door go reluctantly and walk back over. What's up?
What do we have on the location? I'm finishing up the flyers. Here they are. I just need a location for the dance, and then I can start printing them out and putting them up.
Yeah, so about that, I was going to ask if maybe your dad might have some luck on some fronts.
Right.
Because I did call and they told me I needed to email somebody, because apparently the guy who would be in charge of that doesn't take phone calls or something. I don't know, but I was hoping that maybe since your dad's a fellow business owner, He might be able to get us in.
Maybe. I totally forgot to ask him. Last night was busy.
Yeah, how's your... And he kind of gestures vaguely to your hand.
She like looks down, like she forgets that it's in a sling, honestly, because it doesn't hurt or anything. But she's like, "Oh, I'm fine. Just, just an inconvenience, really. Just brain.
Yeah?
Yeah,
How'd you sprain it?
I'm just helping my father move things around the shop. Just overtaxed myself, I guess.
Got it. And he kind of pauses. He considers whether or not he really should say anything, especially with like how conflicted he was. Look, I know how hard it is to hide something like that from everybody.
Something like what?
Like, I saw your hand before. Like, it twitching,
Uh-huh.
and he just kind of like sits back in the chair for a second that he's like sat next to you at the computer lab or wherever you're working.
And she's just staring directly at him, just waiting for the clarification or the answer, because she is just like, yes, my hand was twitching. It's not twitching now.
I know.
What are you talking about?
the the gears, the not...
You're not supposed to know about that. How would you know about that? What are you talking
Uh,
about?
It's a funny story because I'm not necessarily normal either. Kind of sensed
How?
something was off.
I don't understand. How do you know? I'm very careful. And if you know, someone else might know.
I don't think anyone else would have figured it out. Um, I can hear a lot better than most people, and there's a ticking noise whenever you move, and you smell kind of metallic. Like I said, I'm not normal either.
What are you?
Well, my mom is a werewolf. And so I am also a werewolf.
I didn't know that werewolves were real. I didn't know there was anyone else in this town who was not normal, as you're saying.
Honestly, I didn't either until I met you.
Well, you can't tell anyone, and I won't tell anyone about you.
Oh, absolutely. Your secret's safe with me. I just wanted to check on you after yesterday because you seemed kind of, with the whole twitching thing.
Sometimes my gears get stuck and my father has to fix it. And sometimes things startle him and it makes things worse. So
Got it. That stinks. Does he have to do that often?
Yeah. Just between you and me, he's kind of getting older and is not as good at it lately, which I think is causing problems. If I could do it myself, I would, but I can't access it.
Got it. Well, if you need help, I can do my best. I can't say I've ever done anything like that before, but
Oh, the offer is really sweet. Thank you.
of course. I am gonna get going though, but if you could ask your dad about that, about talking to whoever owns the mall, if he knows them.
I will.
That'd
I
be awesome.
definitely will.
I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
And he'll get up and he'll walk away.
All right. I think that is a good place to stop for tonight. We have 2 exciting events coming up next time on Tabletop Tuesdays with this same group. We're going to do the second part of this particular story that we're working on right now. It is definitely going to be explosive because we need to ramp up the drama for the exciting conclusion. That will be on May the 9th, I believe. Yes. So 2 Tuesdays from now, same time, 7 p.m., we will have the second part for this Monsterhearts 2 game with Abby, Emma, Juicy, and Stouffer. Thank you all who've been watching. We really appreciate you and all the interactions that you've been having in the comments. Thank you again to Lil's Neverland and Vampire Bites for our second and third subscriptions. That is absolutely amazing. Like, I am absolutely touched that you enjoy our work and the entertainment that we bring to you, and hope you will come back for it in 2 Tuesdays. Also keep in mind that we do have a regular Monday game, The Facet, which is a Pathfinder 2nd edition campaign that is ongoing and is just absolutely fantastic. I love the crew there, and we get to do that pretty much every week. So do check us out. That is at 10 p.m. on, or not 10, excuse me, 8 p.m. on Monday nights. And then I will actually sign off and turn it over to our wonderful players to tell us what they are doing with their corner of the TTRPG community. Let's start with Abby.
Hi everyone, I'm Abby Marie Carter. I played Angelina tonight, and I'll come back in 2 weeks to play her again. You can find me on Instagram at Abby_Marie_Carter. You can also catch me right here on Mistress Winter's Court every Monday at on The Facet. I play Ahira, who is another character who is randomly brought to life. She's a doll come to life. That's a really cool story. We're about 19 episodes in, I think, or something close to that, which it's ramping up and really fun. If you want to see other things I've done, I did a Monsterhearts 2 campaign over on Heroes and Hooligans this past summer, and I'm pretty sure the VODs are still up on their YouTube channel. Where I played in the Mortal Skin, a character named Alice. Yeah, and that's me. Can't wait to see you guys back.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you want to find those VODs of Graffitied Hearts, just go onto YouTube, search Graffitied Hearts, 2 words, or look for the Heroes and Hooligans channel. We are on there. So thank you, Abby. And Emma.
All right, yeah. So as I said, I have created my own sort of like podcast network with some friends called Tabletop Tailspinners Network. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Tabletop Tailspinners. We do also have a YouTube channel, though there's nothing there yet. I am prepping for. We have been in the process of making a 10 Candles miniseries that we will announce the release date of soon, that Winter did participate in. So if you're excited to see some other TTRPGs, keep a lookout for that release date. But as far as what we do have now, we have our regular podcast, Chronicles of Kreath, that releases every other Sunday at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, or whenever you would like to listen to your podcasts. We have about 48 episodes, so there's plenty for you to binge if that's your speed. And everything can be found through the Tabletop Tailspinners Network. We have a link tree that I believe I included that.
Yes. I'll have the link in our outro. So.
Okay,
yeah.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But that has a direct link to our podcast, and you can get it wherever you listen to podcasts.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Emma. And Juicy.
Hi, I'm Juicy, Boston area drag queen and big ol' nerd. I am actually soon to be wrapping up a Star Trek 2D20 game with Winter over on the Cyberpunk
Cybernation
Uncensored
Yep.
Twitch channel. I also do a Friday game of Cyberpunk Red in space with a different group of folks, which is also super fun. I'm always looking for more actual play stuff. And you can find me on Twitter at JuicyGarland, one word, and juicy.garland on Instagram.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And last but absolutely not least, the wonderful Stouffer.
I'm Christopher. I go by Stouffer. I only have media at the one through social network, MySpace. No, kidding. Don't look up my MySpace.
Are you still friends with Tom?
Oh, of course. I never give up on Tom. No, I don't have any socials. I'm just a geek who likes to play TTRPGs, and I've been exploring some that aren't D&D, and so this has been great. I really like this game.
Oh, good.
So I'm excited to finish up, try it again in the future, and try new ones. TTRPGs are like the thing I didn't know I needed in my life. So.
It's funny how you get bit by the TTRPG bug, and then it just takes over your life. It's a little infectious. But we are definitely glad to have you. You have been a regular watcher of the Facet, and we really appreciate you being part of this community. And I had a great time having you a part of this group tonight. So, and I appreciated all of you. This was an exciting first part. And as was mentioned, yes, I am in a couple other things. I am finishing up a Star Trek Adventures game over at Cybernation Uncensored, which is the finale is this Thursday at 9:00 Eastern. And that is the finale. It's going to be big. There's going to be lots of stuff happening that they have to resolve in one episode. And then I'm also doing the Facet. I've got these every other Tuesday games. And then, I did the 10 Candles with the TTN and Emma. Emma was a fantastic MC for that whole thing. That was a really cool story, so keep an eye out for that. I will have the links in the outro. If you want to know more, certainly join up with our Discord. I don't remember if I have a Discord link, but I can absolutely provide it. Join up with our Discord and just come and chat with us and say hi or something. Let's see, invite people. Okay. Or we're going to post it twice. Sure. There we go. But until then, I have been your MC for tonight. I am Mistress Winter. You can find me at GMistressWinter on Twitter and Instagram otherwise. And then until next Tuesday, we will see you then. Hope you have a great week and a great weekend. Have a good night.